Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another growing up hip hop review and also a Love Goals review. I decided to go ahead and put this in a 2-for-1 for y'all, okay? I hope everybody is having a good weekend, y'all. I am trying to get my mind together for a Bondy Blue show. Hopefully I'll give y'all one today, okay? That's the goal. I also put together an ASMR cooking video, all right? So I'm gonna have the little subscribe at the end of the video to my ASMR channel, Relax with Blue, okay? So y'all go ahead and get into that if you're into ASMR and cooking videos. So yeah, there you go. All right, so y'all, growing up hip hop, it wasn't really much of nothing. So Vanessa feels fat, okay? People say she looks pregnant. She talks to Angela about it, and Diggy's old lady, Diggy's wife, I forget her name, okay? And they just discuss how difficult it is growing up in the public eye and being a model and being someone who's out there for being beautiful. And you have a baby, and then you have another baby, and your body doesn't snap back that quickly. And people are on your Instagram asking if you're pregnant. Child, trust me, I know. I complain at least every 6 months about somebody coming into my comments asking me if I'm pregnant, telling me I look pregnant, you know, just insinuating that I might be pregnant. And it's like, no, I'm fat just like you. That's all it is, okay? I got a gut just like you, ho. That's really all it is. That's all that's going on right now. I can't stand when people do that like they don't know that shit is rude. What is wrong with you? Who raised you? Okay? I can't ask that question hard enough. Who raised you? Okay? Just rude. So Vanessa, I understand exactly how you feel. And right now, I don't think Angela knows. Because Angela is on Instagram with a whole fucking 6-pack sitting up there talking about, you know, my body's not perfect right now. I'm just like, girl, shut up. Like, shut up. Don't nobody want to hear that from you, okay? And she's a little insensitive when they're talking about it, you know. She ain't really paying Vanessa no mind, really. And then when Vanessa weighs herself and she's 170 some odd pounds, and Angela was like, child, I'm not getting on no damn scale in front of nobody, especially not in front of no cameras. No, I will not. I'm like, what difference does it make? You still look how you look. What difference does it make what your weight is? You know what I mean? But anyway, y'all, that was that. So y'all, Egypt is down there in Jamaica, okay, with Auntie Maureen, Auntie Bev. I don't know what y'all calling the lady, but they say the lady name is Maureen, okay? All right, now everybody is sitting around the table. It's Tyran, Egypt's brother, okay? My bad, I said it was Titi. I told y'all I don't know these people like that, okay? I'm just watching the show, and I know all the ways around what's going on, but I don't be knowing people like that. I don't care, like, sorry, I barely care, okay? So give me a break here. Either way, Egypt feels like this is a setup for a gang up, okay? When she's going to meet with TT, Tyran, TT's white boyfriend, Maureen, and then her mom, Pepper, is on FaceTime. Just like, child, who let Pepper on FaceTime? She did not need to be a part of this conversation at all. But TT and Tyran are there already when Egypt gets there. TT didn't know Egypt was coming. She was about to talk to everybody about her pregnancy, so she really wasn't worried about Egypt and Sam and none of this foolishness. But you know what? Here she is. So let's go ahead and say it one more time, how we can't stand Sam, how we feel like he's using Egypt. You know, look, let me explain something to you. When I'm looking at Egypt and Sam's relationship, it's not that it's that bad. But something about Sam is unsettling, and something about Egypt's need to be with him. And I remember being young. I remember being in love with people no matter how much it hindered me, okay? And when I look at her, that's the type of desperation that I see in their relationship. It just seems toxic. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, they didn't really show me nothing that was too bad until we got to that engagement party. That engagement party is when Sam completely turned me off. Okay? Because then I got to see him for the little instigating bitch-made dude that he really is. And then when you see his father's excitement, like he admits his son is a fuck up, so to speak. But there's this excitement behind them getting the fame. Like he's on a reality show. He's dating Pepper and Tretch's daughter. This is a good opportunity. Like, it just looks very opportunistic. And at the end of the day, I can see where TT, Tyran, and anybody else that is not feeling Sam, I can see how they get there. Okay? But ultimately, I would not care this much. TT and everybody else, Brianna, whatever her name is, everybody is too involved. Everybody cares too damn much. If Egypt and Sam want to be in a toxic relationship, please let Egypt and Sam be in a toxic relationship. They young, they'll figure it out for themselves eventually. Y'all don't have to be there trying to sabotage their little weird looking relationship. You know, like, yes, we're going to give our opinions on it, but I do feel like they went far and beyond. And if Egypt mama don't care, then I'm gonna need for y'all to back away. If y'all don't see no bruises on this girl when she come around, y'all, I'm gonna need for y'all to let it go. Okay, that's just really how I feel about it. Now, when it comes to Sam saying that TT had a crush on him because she went to her room from the bathroom with no clothes on and she knew Sam was watching and Pepper said she saw it. But really, it seems to be some confusion about whether that's something that Pepper actually saw or whether Sam is saying that and they just going along with it. Either way, it seems stupid. Like, if that's the only evidence you have, that sounds stupid. Okay, TT says that that never happened, and I can just about believe that it didn't happen because you don't have any other evidence saying that this girl is trying to mess with this dude. And him saying that she's in love with him is just a dick move. Like, it's just a tactic for him to get everybody on his side. They already on his side because they already feel like if Egypt wants to be with Sam, she should be able to be with Sam. You know, I don't know why he felt the need to put it on thick like this, but I guess since people are plotting on him, he's on the defense. And TT and Brianna and everybody else that went to go get information about Sam and how he's an opportunist and all of that shit, yeah, y'all were doing the most. Y'all were coming for them people. It is what it is. Get your own damn business. I'm also tired of hearing about Trepper. I'm tired of hearing about it, Egypt. I realize that by the time we get to the end of the season, you gonna punch Brianna in the face, and that's when I guess Trepper gonna come out. Cause I'm tired of hearing about the bitch. Show and prove, girl. I'm tired of hearing about it. Don't nobody care. Your mama and your pappy crazy, and that's what it is. And don't nobody care because everybody got crazy parents. Most of us can pull out a crazy parent, okay? Like, get out of here. You ain't fucking special because both your mama and your daddy crazy, okay? Like, get out of here. Talking about the energy and the force and all of this type of shit. Like, get out of my face with this dramaticism. So Egypt is trying to explain how she knows that Sam is not flawed the way her family thinks that he is. But Pepper keeps interrupting her. And she starts screaming at her phone, I'm trying to explain myself. Mama, woman, let me talk. Like, she's just a nervous wreck, poor thing. I think that she is just, you know, your people drank the Kool-Aid and now you drinking the Kool-Aid. That's what it looked like to me. Pepper says that everybody at that table has been in some form of dysfunctional relationship. So she doesn't understand why everybody is so judgy when it comes to Sam. TC says, I'm tired of talking about this because I wanted to talk about my pregnancy. Boom, I'm pregnant. And now Egypt is feeling some type of way because she didn't know about it. And also because TT told her not to get pregnant by Sam. It's like, well, ain't TT older than you though? You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, her little leech white boy, you know, look like he at least got something to do during the day maybe. I don't know, okay? His leechism doesn't seem as aggressive, okay? Because I'm like, yeah, y'all are not in much different situations. He's just swimming around with no shirt on and shit. Like, everybody just acting like it's normal. He giving his little 2 cents about the situation. Egypt, you do seem to be letting go of a lot of people in your life for this relationship. I'm just saying. It's like, oh, who is this? Oh, this is the dude that got TT pregnant, I'm guessing. Oh, okay. So y'all, Boogie and his Paul Dame Dash. Y'all, I'm so tired of y'all, poor Boogie. Boogie keep trying. Boogie keeps trying to be there for Dame. Dame has to go to court. He gets arrested. Boogie feel like it's his responsibility to be there for him, but they arrest him and take him to another jail in Brooklyn somewhere, I guess. And Boogie was like, okay, this is the end of the road for me. I was here. I supported. Now I'm going home, okay? And his old lady was trying to convince Boogie to stay, but Boogie was like, nope. He didn't kick me out one too many times as far as my loyalty goes, right here. And like Boogie said, at the end of the day, you should have been paying your child support, Dame. You niggas gonna learn one day it's not okay to keep having sex with no condoms, okay? Get y'all life if you don't want to be in this situation. That's another reason why I can't stand Dame. Always trying to put it on somebody else. You know, it's always the people closest to you. Get the fuck out of here with that, Dame. Take responsibility for your poor actions. Keep having babies with bitches that ain't paying them child support. Don't nobody care that you ain't making the money you was making in the 90s, nigga. Where's my money? Okay? You owe me back child support. Give me my money. I'm sorry, y'all. They took him to Queens. They ain't take him to Brooklyn. They took him to Queens. Somebody gonna correct me in the comments. Has anybody noticed how much Lil Twist look like Lazy Bone? He really do. That nigga look exactly like Lazy Bone. It's like Lazy Bone and Lil Wayne had a baby. Boom, bow, it's Lil Twist. I don't know if Lil Twist know who Lazy Bone is. Because a lot of y'all young rappers don't seem to know about the rappers that came before y'all, with the exception of Lil Wayne, Soulja Boy. Tell him. You know, he know Bow Wow though. So that's what I guess. Lord have mercy. He got some music coming out. And he got them all in the studio. Bow Wow, Brianna's in there. Angela is in there. And y'all, once again, we're talking about Angela in either Bow Wow or Romeo. I'm over it. I'm over this conversation. Angela is not about to be with neither one of these fools. I don't know why we keep talking about this, okay? Bow Wow has some merch and Angela wants to design the merch. And Diggy just wants to make sure that this stays business and this is not a relationship thing. She didn't try this. It has failed. Let it go. Okay? Don't try to get back with him. Leave all the Lils alone. Leave all the rappers alone, bitch. Get you an executive. Okay? Like, her brother is trying to tell her something. Brianna says they want to date. I said, Brianna, don't nobody want them to date. So, tell them no. Tell them don't do it. Am I saying Diggy and I mean JoJo? I don't be knowing. Oh, and Sam said he got some choice words for Twist because Twist was, you know, being a little messy. Okay, telling everybody about what Sam said about TT being in love with him and shit. And also about Sam riding Egypt's coattails, which he is, okay? So he wants to have a talk at Twist party that he's having. Easy E little boy invited him to the party. I don't know, y'all. Sometimes I feel like Easy E's son, something about him irks me. Comment down below and tell me what it is. I know somebody gonna say something that I might agree with. Comment down below and tell me what it is that's annoying me about Easy E little boy. Let me know. Okay, y'all. Switching gears for love goals. All right. So this episode is about everybody's trying to break whatever their generational curse is. They even talk about some of the things we hear. One of the main things I heard that aggravated me was when Teresa said she hears her little boy telling her daughter, you know, snitches get stitches, you know. And y'all, let me tell y'all, I was never one of those people that grew up and, you know, be a telltale and all of that. I had older sister, older cousins. Everybody would tell you, don't be out here telling on everybody. Don't be out here fibbing. And you get to stay around the older cousins if you can be quiet and keep shit to yourself. So I kind of became, you know, good for just sitting back and being quiet. My cousins used to take me everywhere with them. Okay, so I know what they mean when they say that. But ultimately, I don't like the message it sends to a little girl. You know what I'm saying? That she shouldn't say something if somebody does something to her. If that person is in the confines of the family unit. And I'm not okay with that. And I think Teresa is feeling that as well. She may not be going that deep into, I don't want my child hearing, you know, snitches get stitches. Because then she gonna think that she shouldn't tell me if one of these niggas walking around here touches her. She's not saying that, but that's what she's feeling. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so yeah, I didn't like that. There's a lot of little ignorant shit that we had to learn growing up in order to survive out here, and it's not exactly the best thing to teach children who don't have to go through those same, you know, survival tactics. Everybody don't have to live that life. I tell y'all all the time, everybody's always looking at like Will and Jada's kids. You know, a lot of the rich kids, y'all look at them and y'all are mad that they're not like middle class poor black kids. That's not their lifestyle. They're not gonna be like us because they didn't grow up having to deal with some of the things we've had to deal with. They're not gonna be like us. So we need to accept looking at our kids in a different, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be different. You have to accept that in your head, because otherwise you're gonna be out here trying to infuse your children with toxicity, and it's not okay. A lot of y'all are out here still doing that, especially you ignorant bitches who don't try to, like, you know, I'm just saying, y'all, I seen a lot of ignorant New Orleans bitches. Like, Lord, let's not even get into it. But New Orleans is full of some ignorant bitches, boy. Oh, Lord, let's press on. Oh, they talked about how my daddy used to say this all the time: stop crying before I give you something to cry about. Hello. What you think? I'm I'm crying for? You gave me something to cry about. Like, why do I need to get physically hit in order to teach me not to cry? What kind of slavery shit is that? I'm about to hit you, don't cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, get the fuck out of here. Think about that. That's insane. That is insane, y'all. These are the things we've been taught. Okay, that shit is toxic. So we gotta teach our kids something else. That's the lesson that needs to be learned, okay? Breon talks to Spirit alone, and he says that he wants to marry Sunday. I was like, wow, that's what's up. I'm here for that, you know? And then she tells him that she found his dad. Unfortunately, his dad is incarcerated right now. He's in prison. But he has 3 younger brothers that he's never met before that are very interested in meeting him. He doesn't know if he wants to do this. I'm sure it's because, he doesn't know what the vibe is going to be like. It's weird. And he also doesn't want dependents who are going to want to be around him because he's Breon from Love Goals or playing football or whatever the shit he did with his life to make him viable to be on this show. Okay? Like, you don't want to have to worry about people not being in your life for the right reasons. And I think that was a part of his apprehension, even though he didn't exactly say it. After he finished talking to Spirit, he goes into the kitchen and has this moment in the pantry with Sunday where he tells her how he feels and that he wants to cry. And she was like, oh, and she hugged him. And like this conversation continues on for the rest of the night, even by the pool. Everybody else is having their own separate conversations, and Sunday and Breon are kind of booed up. And she's trying to get him to understand that he needs to meet his brothers because he needs to know. He needs to get the information. He needs to have a better understanding. And even if he can't get that from his father, he can get that from his brothers. They can come together over the fact that their dad wasn't there for them. You have somebody else in this world who shares your DNA and understands your experience. That is valuable. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he's going to meet with them, but it definitely seemed like Sunday was the main person pushing him to have that experience. When they did talk to the rest of the group, Mimi said something that I thought was like A1 advice. And she was like, you don't want to get the phone call that this person is gone already and you haven't even had a chance to see them face to face. Because then you're going to feel regret that you can't come back from. So it's best to now, at least meet them. And if you regret meeting them, then at least you can say you met them. But you don't want to get, an email 5 years from now saying that one of your brothers passed away who you didn't even know about and you never took the time to get to know them, So when that was put out there on the table, I think that was another thing that solidified that he was going to meet his brothers. There's also some conversation about whether Sunday peed on a stick. So do we think Sunday's pregnant? Is that a possibility? What's going on? So they have a poolside meeting with a woman, I forgot her name, but she gave them chemical makeup and compatibility. They took a DNA test early on and now the results are back. So Benzino and Althea go first. He is emotional, but they are both warriors, but she handles her emotions better than he does. Benzino and Althea are 81% compatible, y'all. 81. One of the highest couples in the house, Althea and Benzino. And Benzino wants Althea to remember this, that they are compatible on a molecular level. Okay, the next time you want to move on to some dude that you don't know, remember, bitch, DNA says that we compatible. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, this is interesting. I would like to get this done. Then Bree and Sunday, y'all, they are 83% compatible and they are both high on intimacy. So the things that they both need out of a relationship, like, it's the same thing. And we've seen that throughout their process on the show, that they both need to feel like the other person is 100% involved. And once that happens, they personally can go in 100%. It's just trying to get them to decide who's gonna go first. All right, but Sunday and Breon are definitely, like, the chemistry, like, you can see it all. Like, I see it and I get it. I like them. And then Q and Spin, y'all. Q and Spin was the lowest, 74%. Spin was upset about this, y'all. She was mad about this. And I think it's because Spin doesn't vibrate high. Like, I think at the end of the day, she internalizes so much it's almost like she can't put forth like enough amount for her to get higher than 74. It's not that y'all aren't compatible, it's that you don't vibrate high enough for y'all percentage to be that high. Like, I'm just saying, you would need to emote a little bit more in order for somebody to even say that. Spin was bothered by that so much, even though that's still a very high number for compatibility. But she's high on emotion and he's low on empathy, but she also internalizes that high emotion, so she doesn't verbalize it a lot. And he's somebody that can't be worried about it anyway, because he's trying to stay on positive vibes and shit, and so he doesn't really want to deal with whatever her emotions are if she isn't giving it up freely. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why they ended up having only 74%, but that's still not bad, and he had to make her understand that, and even after, it was still bothering her. So Mimi and Coolio are both worriers, not warriors, but warriors, and they are 81%. Both very much alike, both very dominant personalities, and having a hard time with who submits. They both need to submit at different times, but it seems that Coolio thinks that she's always supposed to be the one submitting, and that's just not how any of this is gonna work. Then we get to Bow and Teresa, and y'all, Bow was so upset that he's a warrior and Teresa is the only warrior in the house. And I was like, duh. Teresa is the only person in the house that has the amount of control over her emotions that she has. She is constantly in a place of having to check herself in order to make other people happy. So a part of her has become accustomed to just going with the flow. A part of her is gonna always be able to be okay because she's been in such high stress situations in her life, from her childhood to the situation with Bo and all of his fucking friends all the time. Like, she's always somebody that can handle the pressure, which is why somebody like Bo loves to put on even more pressure, because he sees that she can handle it, and he saw that his mothers and aunts and every woman in his family did the same thing. You put more pressure, they continue to stand strong. Fuck all that, okay? That's what Teresa is at with it, even though she is a warrior. He was having such a hard time dealing with that, and the more he complained and had a temper tantrum, the more it became obvious that that was right. He's a warrior and she's a warrior, okay? That's just what it is, dude. Deal with it, okay? She tried to coax his ego a little bit, but it didn't work. He was still upset about it. Okay, proving everybody damn right. And lastly, y'all, they had Breon meet with his 3 brothers. And y'all, crazy. 3 younger brothers, but the 2 oldest of the 3 have a way more positive attitude about all this than even Breon has. One of the brothers has met the father already, so he has come to terms with the situation. The other brother feels like if he wasn't in my life, it's because he wasn't meant to be in my life, and that's fine. I'm the strong, you know, good man that I am regardless of that. And then the younger one is still having a hard time with it, you know. The father reached out, and Breon and the younger brother have issue with the fact that they weren't reached out to. Breon is the oldest, so he doesn't understand why he wasn't the one, you know. But talking to his younger brothers, I think it put things in perspective for him. He looks a lot like their father, so the brothers are looking at him, you know, in a certain way, like, you look just like him, you know. They want to have a relationship with him, and the more they talk, the more he realizes that his brothers are like these 3 strong men who have had to cope regardless of not having a father, just like him. And now he wants to have the relationship just as much as they do. And I thought it was a beautiful moment. I thought it was incredible, and I thought spirit sentiments about it were right on, about them taking responsibility and choosing to not continue to be a part of this toxic cycle in their family where they're not being there for their children. All of them are a part of their children's lives, and, you know, just striving to be stronger mentally and emotional men for the people that they have in their lives, because it's so hard for men to do that when they haven't been taught. And to see them there open and vulnerable but still strong in their emotions as men, beautiful moment, beautiful moment. But yeah, y'all, that was Growing Up Hip Hop and Love Goals 2 for 1. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one.